And he says here, he says, and this he did for a considerable time. He then said that he returned them thanks for coming to him, and still greater thanks to him that sent them, and above all, to that God whose laws they appear to be. Then did the elders and those that were present with them cry out with one voice and wish happiness to the king.
And he started crying. They don't. This man, he caught up in the moment. All right. But what we see here is the elders, the conversation, and now he goes and he sets up. Read it on your own. They had an island, a bridge connected to an island, so that these elders could have a house to stay in where they weren't bothered and they were waiting on hand and foot. And he wanted to make sure, he said, anything that they asked for and request, had things specially prepared according to their laws and customs for their diet, had chefs that were just to make whatever these elders requested. Do you understand what's going on here? This is a great painstaking work done with care, and we see the hand of the Most High over this thing. You can see the hand of the Most High over this thing because he work in the kingdom of the men, and he see far off when men can only see what's in front of our faces. So basically, read the whole story on your own. I want to get to the point. I want to get to the part now where the book is finished. Okay. So now go here. So here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna skip through everything for the sake of time. Please go and read this on your own. But skip to verse 107, and now the work is finished. Okay, and now we're going to see the result of how everything played out with the Septuagint. Go ahead.
Now, when the law was transcribed, and the labors of interpretation was over, which came to its conclusion in 72 days.
72 days. That means that over a period of about 2.5 months, roughly, they did this work. Go ahead.
Demetrius gathered all the Jews together to the place where the laws were translated, and where the interpreters were, and read them over. The multitude did also approve of those elders that were the interpreters of the law.
So the interpreters of the law, the elders who came, nobody in Alexandria could speak against them, brothers. So the Jews of Alexandria came with the interpreters from Israel, and Demetrius himself, who was in charge of the whole project on behalf of the king, and they read it. Go ahead.
They withal commended Demetrius for his proposal as the inventor of what was greatly for the happiness, and they desired that he would give leave to their rulers also to read the law.
So that they also wanted to make sure that the Jewish rulers of Alexandria, among the captives, their princes among them, could also have the opportunity to read the law. Go ahead.
Moreover, they are, both the priests and the ancientness of the elders, the ancientness of the elders.
The ancient, they ain't say the most ancient, the ancientness. That means like these the oldest guys among the captives in the land of Egypt are there also with the elders from Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And the principal men of their commonwealth made it their request that since the interpretation was happily finished, it might continue in the state it now was. It might not be altered.
So they didn't want it altered. Do you know what that means? We've all overlooked it. We all agree that this is a great work. And the Jews said that this thing was for their happiness also. Why? Because you had a whole bunch of them who, for generations, hadn't been to the land of Israel. Okay? They read and spoke Greek.
And with all of this, I'm just curious to say, with all this proofreading from all these elders, those who was the most ancientest, who knew the laws from, the oldest one, your generation may not, but he knows. Man, what in the world can you say, man, the Septuagint lied?
Go ahead. All this proofreading. You're right. All that proofreading. Go ahead.
And when they all commended that determination of theirs, they enjoyed that if anyone observed either anything superfluous or anything omitted, that he would take a view of it again.
So that if they found anything that they felt later on was exaggerated or something missing that's supposed to be there, because you got to remember, some of them also knew Hebrew. And they could look at the Hebrew text and be like, you know what, this and that. They made a covenant on how to deal with that issue. Go ahead.
And have it laid before them and corrected. Wait, let me read that one more time. Let me read that one more time. And when they all commended that determination of theirs, they enjoined that if anyone observe either anything superfluous or anything omitted, that he would take a view of it again and have it laid before them and corrected.
Now, they can do that. You cats who watching this now, I can't hear y'all telling me something wrong with it now. This thing that sat for more than 2 millenniums. This was something that Mashiach himself could have read out of. You always hear that, the Mashiach in them spoke Hebrew or Aramaic, which was a form of it. Look, but they also understood other tongues too. You can't just say what the Messiah didn't know. You understand what I'm saying? You can't say what he didn't know. You assume he only spoke Hebrew. I think that's foul. Why? Because Greek was a standard tongue in Israel at that time, just like you cats who speak Hebrew have English as your standard. But they had Hebrew as a home language and also could speak the language of the Romans, which was nothing but a fusion of Greek and other things. So when it come down to it, that's enough of Josephus.
Okay.
We wanted to show where it come from. The 6 elders out of every tribe. So when you get, so basically at the end of the day, you got 72 elders. It took 72 days. Look, they put this thing together with the blessing of the Most High. They were safe. The scrolls, the very thin scrolls that the king was impressed with how thin and how sensitive this stuff looked. They took all of that back to Israel safely, put it back in the temple, and the high priest of Israel, through the Spirit of the Most High, can be blessed with allowing it to happen. They ain't run up in there and take it from the Hebrews. They asked permission, could this be done? And he understood our brethren in Egypt and in the rest of the world, the Greek-speaking world, they should have this in their tongue. And it'll be a great work to the King's glory. Look, brothers and sisters, we don't have understanding today more than them. No one here or there, pointing at y'all, none of us are more expert than the ancientest Israelites of the city of Alexandria and the 70 elders coming out of Israel to do the book. So Greeks, Europeans did not make the translation. Hebrews did it, and Hebrews signed off on it. And guess what? The Greeks had to trust that the Hebrews was the authorities on it, so the Greeks trusted they had a good copy, didn't they?
That's right.
And they had a good finished translation, didn't they? Because it was Hebrews who gave the sign off. This is a great work. A good thing for us all. So with that now, I want to show this here. I'm going to show this here. And if you can't see it, you'll see it again in another form. I'll have a more still picture of it, Yah willing. I'll have a still photo of this up here. Do anyone know what that is? That is the 6th book in the copy of the Law and the Prophets in the Septuagint. This come out of the Buffalo Library. We copied this. A brother copied this. This is an original from the Rare Book Room. This is a room in our public library in the basement of the library. No, I'm sorry. Look, if you want to get in this room, you got to sign up and have an appointment. And it may take months for them to call you because there's so many people on the list who want to get into the rare books that's not out. So this is a copy of the Septuagint. And this is the book of Yeshua, the son of Nun. Okay? This is iota, epsilon, sigma, omicron, upsilon, sigma. Jesus. Jesus. Because the iota and the epsilon together make a yeah. Yeah. They don't have the yod. This is equivalent to yod, but it by itself only make an eh sound. So with the
equivalent by number, not
and it's equivalent by number, not sound. Correct. Meaning the yod is the 10th letter, I believe, in the Hebrew. So the equivalent of it in the Greek characters is this, but it need the epsilon with it to make a yeah. So Jesus, Jesus. So off my weak English tongue is just Jesus. Okay? But this is what we just read, those elders from Israel, along with the Hebrews, elders of Alexandria said was a good work, and they all signed off on it. So I believe them.
That's right.
Okay? All right.